Are you having trust issues in relationship? Have you gone through the divorce? You've had your dark night. You're ready to start over, but you're noticing that you're having a hard time trusting people. You're having a hard time trusting getting into another relationship. I totally understand this. I'm Sarah Schweppe. I'm an essence coach who supports divorced women to move through relationship blocks so that you can create the love and life that you really want. I was here myself. I had done a ton of therapy. I had done a lot of inner work, and I was ready to start over, but I didn't trust myself. I had the sense that something was still missing. I was concerned I was going to replay the same patterns that I'd played in all of my other relationships. And then I discovered a modality called evolutionary power. It combines somatic and energetic tools. And what I learned was that that fear was kind of valid because I still had all these unconscious commitments, meaning stuck energy in my body where I was sort of committed to the old way still. I knew what I was doing. I knew where I had kind of goofed up in my former marriage. I saw a lot of my part, not all of it, but I had seen a lot of it through the therapy and couples work that I did when I was previously married. What I hadn't done was clear out the feelings and the emotional energy that was stuck in my body that was unconsciously attracting the things that I didn't want. So on some level, I wasn't trusting myself because I think I knew, I hadn't cleared it out. I hadn't cleared out those unconscious patterns. So trusting myself, trusting relationships is twofold. Like some part of me knew, okay, something was still off, even though I felt good. I mean, I didn't feel great, but I had gone through all the agonizing of, do I want a divorce? Do I not? What do I do? And my life felt okay, but I knew I was missing something. So I appreciate that I wasn't trusting myself in that way. It led me to finding some really powerful work that ultimately has changed my life. I've now been able to create a relationship that I absolutely love. It's my dream relationship. It's not perfect. We, of course, get into our stuff, but we have a way to get through it now. We don't get stuck there as long. So I think there's also a second piece to this. Trust issues in relationship in general, right? Aside from the feeling like something's off and like something's missing in your own inner work. And I think what happens in relationship when we're not trusting is that we're disconnected from ourselves. I've had this myself where I had sort of a knowing, I had an intuition, I didn't listen to it. I didn't listen to it over and over. Turns out that intuition might have been on point or maybe at least leading me somewhere that I would have been helpful to see. So I think that disregard for our own body, for our own intuition, leads us to not trusting in relationship, which I don't actually think has to do with anything about the other person or the relationship. Even when we find ourselves in situations where maybe we're being lied to or there's betrayal, right? It's like I could blame my own challenges on that, and no doubt that has an impact on me, and I would have feelings about that. And what is it about me? What's going on in me that I'm finding myself in a situation where I'm being lied to or this is happening? And this isn't to blame, right? Because we don't consciously do this. But what am I not paying attention to in my own body? Am I even in my body? Am I feeling my feelings? Or have I left my body and I'm over here thinking about the other person? How can I get their love? Or what are they doing? Or am I enough? Or do I really like them? Right? Like our focus has left here and we're over here. And I think the more I'm leaving, or maybe not even in my body at all, maybe some of us are just so up in our heads we're not even connected to this emotional experience. the more I'm disconnected from this, the more I don't trust, because I don't have access to my own inner guidance if I'm not in my body. And so for me, when I found evolutionary power, it was so big because I learned practical tools to come back in, right? It eliminated, I remember when I was, trying to decide if I wanted a divorce, I was literally Googling, should I get a divorce? As if Google knew. I mean, I had outsourced all my own knowing because I just didn't have access to my own inner wisdom. So that place of being really in your head, just looking for the red flags and what are they doing and can I trust them? I wonder if can you trust you? Can you trust you to be in your body, to be paying attention to the things that are coming up, to be willing to tune into, to face into the places that maybe you don't want to see, the feelings that you haven't felt, right? Because those places, those unconscious places, those energetic stagnancies are where we get blocked. That's where my blinders are. So for today, if you're finding yourself having trust issues in a relationship, I wonder what it would be like to tune into your body. What type of knowing might be inside? What type of wisdom is waiting for you? So instead of having to find the perfect person or to never attract in what you've attracted in the past that maybe you don't want, what if that doesn't have anything to do with out here? What if all of that power and ability to create what you really want has to do with your ability to tune in to your own body? So let me know what you think about this. I know it's kind of a wild concept, but for me it's been completely life-changing because I haven't had to rely so much on my mind that's very fickle, and I can tune into my body that's steady, it's steadfast, it's grounded, and for me always has the greatest wisdom. Have a great day, guys.